Alright, graphic novel review this week. So many books, but which one should I pick?
Hey, as comic maker, if I may.
Oh, hey Banana Man. Wait, who's that?
Oh, this guy? He's my new friend Tapamon. We met at a fancy cool hat shop and really hit it off. He recommends you try this comic out.
Oh, this isn't a graphic novel, it's a webcomic. Cool.
Yeah, I think you like it. It's got love, magic, princesses, oppression, cute boys.
Wait, what was that last part?
Cute boys?
No, before that.
Magic?
No, after that.
Oh, princesses.
I love princesses! Thanks, Banana Man and Tapamon. Let's give this a read and then start the review. Hello everyone, my name is S Comic Maker, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we'll be doing our next graphic novel or comic review fan art. But today's review is going to be a little different than our other reviews because we will actually be taking a look at a webcomic instead. Today's comic is They Say I Was Born a King's Daughter, written by Bi Chu and put together by a whole team of great comic people. You can find this comic over on Tapas. In fact, today's video is sponsored by Tapas. Oh my god, I can't believe I am actually saying that. Tapas is a webcomic and web novel mobile app and website that has thousands of free and premium stories of all different kinds of genres. Users can also actually upload their own comics and novels on Tapas for free and build an audience over there. I even have my own webcomic on Tapas that I started uploading last year called A Day at a Time, which is a silly little slice of life comic about me, my husband, and our dogs.
Oh, but as comic maker, I see now. You're as comic maker because you make comics. I didn't know that because you haven't uploaded any.
Banana Man. That's a story for another time. But for now, let's take a look at this comic. They Say I Was Born a King's Daughter is a story about Song-hee, a woman who has a pretty decent life. She's beautiful and is with a wonderful man named Jin-soo who loves her dearly. On her way home one night, Song-hee is killed, and as she's blacking out, thinking of Jin-soo, she wakes up as a baby. Not only does she wake up as a baby, but she is in a completely different world, and in this world, women are treated harshly. It is definitely a man's world. And to top it all off, she is the daughter of the king. You would think being a princess would be a wonderful way to be reborn, but in a universe where women are more of a nuisance than a treasure, Song-hee has to find a way to survive. Going into the story, I initially thought that the story would heavily focus on romance, and while there is romance in it, that is not the general focus at all, which honestly is really refreshing for a comic of this style. A lot of the story focuses on the hierarchy, political aspects, and magic that resides in this world. Oh wait, did I not say that there's magic? Because, check! Not only are the men here considered more important and powerful, but they also have magic while women do not. With so much power in this world balancing towards men, how in the world is Sang-hee supposed to survive? You'll definitely have to read it to find out. Even powerless, she has some tricks up her sleeve. When it comes to the art, what I really like about this story is how consistent everything is. I know I struggle sometimes with having character consistency, so I always love reading work where the art is consistent the whole way through. The colors have a really wonderful purple tone, especially with the shading, and also, them some pretty boys in this comic. Besides some generic characters you see in Sung-hee's class in the story, they make it a point in this comic to show you some pretty boys. And I'm talking about some nice boys. But don't let the pretty boys fool you. In this world, the guys may be handsome, but they are far from kind. We will get into that more in the spoiler part of this video. But anyway, it seems like the team that works on this comic all work together really well because this comic is a joy to look at and really fun to read. Oh, you know what time it is. is spoiler time. Look away or stay, the choice is yours. I won't be giving away too much here, but if you really want to read the story and don't want to know anything at all, skip to this part here. Alright. As mentioned in the synopsis, our main character Song-hee has been reborn in a world where women really are only valued to make children and don't have nearly as many rights or freedom of speech as men do. In fact, there's even a whole scene in the story dedicated to the treatment of women as slaves. It's honestly a very intense topic, and for how much of the story that's out right now, the comic has really only touched on the issue, so I hope that Song-hee can change the world later on down the line. There are a lot of episodes in this story, and a good chunk of it we get to see Song-hee grow up, which I think really gives you time to get a sense of just how the world works and how she has manipulated the men around her to help and care for her in order to survive the harsh male-dominated world that she lives in. But one of the biggest things in the story, and the biggest spoiler I have to touch on, is Jinsu. Originally, Jinsu was the person Song-hee was with in her world, but when she gets reborn, she finds out at a very young age that she is already engaged to a man, who actually turns out to be Jinsu. He looks like him and even has the same name, but he does not know her in this world, and even treats her the same as all the other men do. But no matter what, Song-hee wants to be with him because she misses the Jinsu from her world so much and wishes she could have told him how much she really loved him. But as Song-hee gets older and has the opportunity of a lifetime to go to a school that most women aren't allowed to go to, Jinsu is there as a teacher and starts acting strangely around Song-hee. There are even times when he calls out to her just like he used to. What could all of that be about? This, my friends, is where I'll stop spoilers for now. After this story has been out for almost 3 years, things might finally turn for Song-hee as she becomes a more treasured part of her family and possibly something more for her soon-to-be husband. I won't say any more than that, so definitely check it out for yourself. They Say I Was Born a King's Daughter is a super cool isekai story that I immensely enjoyed reading. If you don't know what an isekai is, it is basically when someone gets taken to or is reborn into another world. Despite seeing stories like this a lot nowadays, this webcomic is a breath of fresh air in the genre and is a really interesting and engaging story. It had me sucked in through every single chapter. I'm really rooting for Song-hee and hope that she can find the happiness that she deserves. Now, a little bit about the art I'm drawing today that's based on the comic. There are so many wonderful characters, but I really wanted to include characters that affect Song-hee the most. One being the man on the left, Jinsu, who was her former love and current fiancé, and her father, the king, who dictates a lot of what she does. But let's be honest, I really wanted to draw the king because he's my favorite character in the series. Not really much of a spoiler, but early on you can see that the king is very upset about the birth of another daughter, and we find pretty quickly though that often the king is very pleased with Song-hee and really warms up to her. The king, in my opinion, has had the most growth so far, and it is always a joy to read when he shows up in the comic. Anyway, although it would be probably very controversial in this comic, I decided to draw Song-hee sitting on the throne with Jinsu and the king behind her, the king staring at Jinsu disapprovingly. There is so much red in this image, I know, but I had such a fun time trying to figure out this whole piece and color it all in. Also, I was originally going to have her brothers in the image too and have them all like looking mad at her and then with a thought bubble above them showing off their real thoughts about Song-hee. But I opted for a more simple piece with less characters and I'm much happier with that. I think it would have ended up a little bit too busy if I had done it the other way. Overall, getting to know the story, the characters, and having the opportunity to draw them was an absolute joy, so I really want to say thank you to Tapas for sponsoring this video and approaching me about this webcomic. As you all know, I am a huge comic lover, so this was really an honor. I hope that hearing about They Say I Was Born a King's Daughter sparked your interest and that you'll give the comic a read. It is a very entertaining comic with great visuals, and you can tell that the crew behind it has put a lot of work into this story. Right now, if you go to their website or download their app, you can read the first 10 chapters for free already. But if you go to my description below and use the special promo code SComics, you can unlock 2 more chapters for free. And on top of all that, from September 14th to the 16th, there will be a 30% off sale for the comic so that you can keep reading the comic for a better deal. It's a really good opportunity to get started on this comic and see how awesome it is. So make sure to use SComics, that's SCOMICS, to get those 2 free chapters. Everything I mentioned will be in the description below, so click on that link and get started. And after you've read it, be sure to come back here and tell me what you thought about it by leaving a comment below. I would love to know your thoughts on it since I really did enjoy reading this story. Supporting comics through apps and websites like Tapas helps the creators and staff make consistent, high-quality content as quickly as possible. Be sure to give your love and support to them while you're enjoying reading all of their awesome webcomics. Once again, thank you so much, Tapas, for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much to all my patrons who make videos like this possible, and thanks to all of you for watching. All of your support really helps me a lot, and if you're new here and have enjoyed what you saw today, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more graphic novel or comic reviews, check out the iCard right here, where you can watch more of my previous videos and recommendations. As always, that's it for me this week. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and I hope that we can draw together again soon. Bye, guys.